Hello, everybody. It's Sports Guy Ron. I'm here with your Week 13 NFL recap of the weekend games. For a recap of the holiday games, be sure to check the preview and recap video that was posted before this. It has the recap of the 4 holiday games. So we're going to start off first with Sunday at 1 o'clock. We had Miami defeating New Orleans 21-17. Miami is now 5-7. New Orleans is 2-10. I took the win on that with the win. I took the loss on the spread because it was only 4 points. Devon Achane had a big game for Miami, 22 carries for 134 yards and a touchdown. Tyler Shough wasn't too bad, really, for New Orleans, showing some progress against Miami's defense. 26 of 38, 239 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Interception was costly. It was 19-17. They had just gotten a touchdown. They were going for 2 points. He threw it in the end zone, threw it up in the end zone. Minkah Fitzpatrick picked it off, returned it for 2 points for Miami. That made it 21-17. It came into play because New Orleans did get the onside kick, but they could not get. They could get into field goal range, but they could not get it in for a touchdown. If they had just missed the 2-pointer, and it was still 19-17, the field goal would have won the game for them. But unfortunately, they didn't get that chance because of the return by Fitzpatrick. Big game player, and he made a big play in this game. Miami's now 5-7. They at least have a pulse in the playoff race after winning 3 in a row. So we'll see how they can go next week. In the next game, we have a big AFC South matchup. Houston was victorious over Indianapolis, 20-16. Indianapolis is now 8-4. They are now not leading the AFC South. Jacksonville is. Houston is now 1 game back at 7-5. I took the L on the win. I had predicted Indianapolis. I did predict Houston to cover. That's a win for me. The Colts, they were outrushed 108-86. That was a big part of the game. They could not get Jonathan Taylor going to a big degree to help out Daniel Jones. He looked a little bit compromised by his broken fibula, to be honest. Still played well. But against that defense, they couldn't make enough big plays. As evidenced by their Indianapolis being 3 of 10 on 3rd downs and 0-2 on 4th downs. Early in the game, they also missed an extra point, which came into play because it would have been 20-17. A field goal would have tied it at the end of the game here also. So a lot of special teams plays making a big difference in this game. And in all the games this weekend, it was huge, a part of the games. So we have Indianapolis now not in first place. We'll see where it goes from here. That division is now up for grabs with 3 teams competing. In the next game, not so much playoff relevant. The New York Jets came back and beat Atlanta 27-24. I have the win on that, on the win and the spread. I predicted New York to win. Bijan Robinson did kind of get it going in this game. 23 carries, 142 yards, and a touchdown. Adonai Mitchell for the Jets. He came over in the Sauce Gardner trade. He had 8 catches for 102 yards and a touchdown for the Jets. The only turnover of the game, Atlanta fumbled a punt at their own 2. It led to a Jets touchdown as a big point of the game. Again, special teams playing a huge part. The Jets were able to win 27-24. They're now 3-9. Atlanta's 4-8. In the next game, San Francisco went into Cleveland and won 26-8. I have the win on that on San Francisco. I took an L on the spread. I thought Cleveland would keep it close. They did keep it close for the first half. Then Kevin Stefanski, the coach of the Browns, I don't know what he was doing. He is going for it on 4th and 1 inside his own territory at the 30-some yard line. They tried the tight end go under center, push play. They fumbled the ball, so it was turned over on downs. San Francisco got a touchdown. Then they also had a muffed punt, which they fumbled. See the special teams again. That was another San Francisco touchdown in the second half. They took a sack on fourth down from around midfield. That led to a field goal by San Francisco. You see the theme here. It was a 10-8 game at halftime. Cleveland had no red zone chances in the entire game. They could only muster, they got a 34-yard touchdown catch from Harold Fannin, the rookie receiver, tight end. But that was it for them as far as real drives in the game. And they were playing behind the sticks because they were turning the ball over. Shedeur was not bad, but not great. So we'll see. But San Francisco moves to 9-4 in the middle of the playoff and the division out there in the NFC West because they got a little help later on in the day. Let's go to the second board number 2. Okay, so the next game was big game of the day. The Rams went into Carolina but lost. Carolina won 31-28. I took the L on the win prediction. I thought the Rams would pull it out, but I did have Carolina to cover 10 points. 10 points is way too many. I don't know what they were thinking on this game, but I got the win on that one. The Rams, they fall to 9-3. Carolina is now 7-6. Bryce Young had a very good game, 15-20, 206 yards, 3 touchdowns. Carolina 7-15 on third downs, 3-3 on fourth downs. They made the big plays when they needed to make them. Turnovers, the Rams had 3. Carolina had none. One of those was a Stafford interception. He hadn't thrown an interception in forever. He threw 2 in this game. One was picked off by Mike Jackson, returned for a touchdown. Big difference in the game. And so Carolina moves to 7-6 and in the hunt in the playoffs here and in the division hunt also in the NFC South. Next game, an AFC South matchup, wasn't much of a matchup. Jacksonville was victorious over Tennessee 25-3. I got the win on the win and the spread on that prediction. Jacksonville is now 8-4. Tennessee is 1-11. Tennessee got 188 total yards, 2 fumbles. Trevor Lawrence was 16-27, 229, 2 touchdowns. His new receiver that he got from the Raiders from Las Vegas at the trade deadline, Jacoby Myers, 6 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown. They got Brian Thomas back today. They've got Brenton Strange back recently. Unfortunately for them, Parker Washington went down. Don't know how long he's going to be out. So it's been a revolving door at receiver for Jacksonville, but they do keep on winning. They're 8-4 now. They are now first in the AFC South by tiebreaker over Indianapolis. So we'll see how this shakes out. Houston's 1 game behind them, and we'll see how that goes from here on out. The next game, Tampa Bay defeated Arizona 20-17. I got the win on that and the win and the spread. Bucky Irving was back for Tampa Bay. He had 17 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown. Chris Godwin showed his presence finally. 3 catches, 78 yards. Arizona had 2 turnovers to none for Tampa. It's pretty much the difference in the game. Tampa Bay was able to make enough plays. Arizona couldn't make them at the end to try to go down and get a field goal to tie it. So Tampa Bay wins. They're 7-5. Arizona's 3-9. Tampa Bay's a half game ahead of Carolina. Now Carolina will have a bye coming up. So we'll see what happens with Tampa this coming week. See how that division shakes out. The first 4 o'clock game, this was a real bad one. Seattle 26, Minnesota nothing. Minnesota's 4-8 now. Seattle 9-3. I got the win on that and the win and the spread. They could have made this spread big enough. Max Brosmer 19 of 30, 126 yards, 4 INTs, 1 return for a touchdown in his first start. You can't expect a young rookie to go into Seattle and play well. the pressure of Darnold, the old quarterback, being there, his first start on the road. Seattle's got a very good defense. And it was just a recipe for disaster. That's pretty much what it was. Minnesota only got 162 total yards in the game. Justin Jefferson, 2 catches, 4 yards. He's suffering from the quarterback play there. That's pretty much all to say about this game. Wasn't close, wasn't a game from the beginning, and they won 26-0. The next game, interesting AFC matchup. Buffalo dominated. They won 26-7 over Pittsburgh. I got the win on that and the win in the spread. Buffalo's now 8-4. Pittsburgh falls to 6-6. They're back even with Baltimore. Pittsburgh only had 166 total yards, 3 of 9 on third down. Buffalo had 249 rush yards. They were 8 of 15 on third down, 2 of 2 on fourth down. James Cook, 32 carries. Big workload for him in this game, not surprisingly, 144 yards. Buffalo just imposed their will. This was a pretty chippy game, and Buffalo wasn't backing down from Pittsburgh, and they took it to them, dominated, 126-7. Rodgers went out in the game, looked like he took a face plant into the ground. It looks like he broke his nose, maybe. His wrist looked like it was hurting. The one he had has a break, 3 breaks in. I don't know. I don't know if you'll see him or Rudolph in the next game. They need to figure it out quick, or they're going to miss out on the playoffs. The crowd's chanting to fire Tomlin. I don't know if that's the right thing or not, but they're not happy there. So that's the way it goes. AFC West matchup, the LA Chargers defeated Las Vegas 31-14. Vegas is 2-10. The LA Chargers are now 8-4. Justin Herbert, he hurt his left hand in the game. He has a fracture in his left hand. That's his non-throwing hand. He had surgery Monday. He's questionable for this coming week. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a long-term thing. It might keep him out a little bit, but they are in the playoff race and they need him in there. So we'll see what happens this coming week. I did take the win on that and the win and the spread. You could have made that one big enough. I thought 9 was low. I thought this one was as bad as the Chargers or Carolina and the Rams was high. So I won both of those on the spread. Those are rare mistakes from Vegas. I don't know what happened with that, but Kamani Vidal, 25 carries, or is that 23 carries? Pardon me, 23 carries, 126 yards on a touchdown, dominated. Brock Bowers was a lone bright spot for Las Vegas. 4 catches, 63 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, they needed to get a line and a quarterback, and their offense might have a chance. There's a few teams around the league like that, so we'll see what happens in the offseason. The 8 o'clock game was a really interesting and fun game to watch. Denver was able to hold on and beat Washington 27-26 in overtime. I got the win on that and the win prediction. I lost that on the spread. It was a back and forth game. Zach Ertz had a good game, 10 catches, 106 yards. RJ Harvey, the rookie running back for the Broncos, 13 carries, 35 yards, but he did have 2 touchdowns. Marcus Mariota played real well. It's Mariota. I don't know why they were pronouncing it like that the whole game, but whatever. It's been for a million years since he was in college at Oregon. It was Mariota, but now it's suddenly Mariota or something. Whatever. 294 yards passing, 55 yards rushing. But the big play of the game, it was an overtime. Denver got a touchdown and an extra point. Washington came down, got a touchdown. They went for 2 points to win the game. They had the right play call. They had the receiver out in the back of the end zone wide open. Mariota threw it, but it was knocked down by Nick Bonito at the line, or else Denver would have lost that game. Instead, they're 10-2. They're in position to try to get the number 1 seed in the AFC. Washington falls to 3-9. and it was a really good game. I wasn't having very high hopes going into it, but it lived up to expectations and exceeded them. So real fun game. Monday night game, not so much. New England was able to win at home 33-15. This is another one where special teams had a deal. Gunnar Olszewski fumbled. It led to a New England field goal. He got popped. You can't even blame him. He got knocked out on that one. It was a rough game. Jackson Dart still doesn't know how to protect himself when he runs. He took a couple of big shots. The Giants were all upset about it. They were both legal shots. If you don't want to take those shots, go out of bounds a little sooner or get down. I mean, that's really all I can say. Get down sooner. Marcus Jones had a 94-yard punt return for touchdown for New England. Drake May, 24-31, 292, and 2 touchdowns. He's definitely in the MVP conversation. So that's pretty much all to say about that game. They won 33-15. They're now 11-2. The Giants 2-11. For the week, I was 10-6 for the week on the wins. I was 9-7 on the spread predictions. Year to date, I'm 128-63-1 on the win predictions. On the spread, 86-103-3. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to take a look at the playoff pictures coming up this week in the AFC and the NFC. Before I put out our preview video, I'll probably put those out. I'll do an AFC, then I'll do the NFC, and a Thursday night preview of Detroit and Dallas. So look forward to that. It's a great slate of games this week, even better than a couple weeks ago, I think. We're getting down to the end where a lot of these games are playoff implications. So we'll see what happens. Think about giving this video a like. I would appreciate it, or subscribe to my channel. Let some friends know if you enjoy this content. I'd appreciate that. Leave a comment. I'd appreciate that too. And have a good week.